Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys. It sound right, boys. It sound right, boys. It sound right, boy.
Well, welcome. It is time for Thunder Thursday. It is March 14th, 2024. We made it pretty much another week. Certainly hope you and your families are doing well. Certainly hope you all are feeling good and got big plans for the weekend. I know I'm just going to watch some college basketball. that's what I plan on doing. All righty, so we switched the mode over. Now anyone can send a message if you want. Always have to get the subscribers what their little time in the sun that they can kind of hang out and talk to each other and get caught up. So big shout out to everybody, and I'm gonna go ahead and let's see here if I can do this right. Let me go over here. I'm going to do a member shout out, but I have to up here are my members. Okay, so I want to give a shout because there was a run on members last week, and I want to give a big shout out to everybody that joined up and the ones that have been here. So big shout out to El Nini. He just signed up about 4 or 5 days ago, so big shout out to him. Scorpion 360 is majestic level, but so is El Nini a few days ago. Ice Queen, the Queen of Ice, is on the secret floor. She doesn't have her what did they call it? She doesn't have Q clearance yet. She's working on her Q clearance. That's that majestic level. She's been a member for 5 months. Freddie 214, another one, the majestic level. Kenneth Williams, shout out to Kenneth, 9 strong months. I do appreciate it. True Virgil, always been a supporter. Big shout out to True Virgil. True Virgil always leaves comments and questions and things like that. So always cool to hear from him. Michael Mordani, hopefully I'm saying his name right. Been at the majestic level for 1 month. Corey Massey, he joined up a few days ago as well at the majestic level. Again, the majestic level is at Q clearance. So, Q clearance, you get some privileges and things like that. J-Ro, shout out to him, J-Ro 49, secret level. Again, he doesn't have Q clearance, but he's got that secret level. 16 months going strong. I do appreciate it. Emrys 17, 42 months. He is the elder statesman, and he has been 42 on, and he joined a few months ago as well. Briaros, secret level, perfect, 13 months. On that level of being that's the level, not the days, as I should say. I'm sorry, the level they've been on. Been a secret member for over a year. Do appreciate it. Alfonso Carter, 13 months on the majestic level. That's Q clearance for again. When I do 2 giveaways, there's one for the majestic level, and there's going to be one for the secret level. So everybody get a chance, and once the majestic level clears, about 10 minutes after the majestic level clears, then we'll do the secret giveaway. So shout out to them. Shout out to Paul Game, and who's been on the majestic level for 41 months. So as you can see, you all, big shout out to you all. Again, that's some of you, the ones who were gifted memberships. You still have about 2.5 weeks to be a member. So I do appreciate you, and I really hope that we keep it going. It's been fun. I still can't believe it. So, oh my goodness, look at this.
Oh yeah.
J-Roll has now got his Q clearance, like Oppenheimer said. Yeah, he needed to get his Q clearance before he could make that weapon. Help make that weapon. So big shout out to J-Roll upgrading to the majestic level, getting that Q clearance. Shout out to everybody with the Q clearance. And Ice Queen again, she's basically like, yeah, I see you, Ice Queen, appreciate you. So shout out to everybody that's here now. We'll be listening later. Shout out to the replay game. And always make sure you type in replay gang in the comment section. So, but yeah, so we'll go ahead and get it started. As you can see here, this is a Thunder Thursday. So we'll be here about 45 minutes. Also, give yourselves a hand if you all watched me be top bum yesterday. That video was still up for members only. I landed I finally landed on an airfield, or at the airfield, and I also landed on an aircraft carrier. Now the landing on the aircraft carrier, I misjudged it because the boat is still moving, and you always have to land for an overshoot. It's everything opposite of landing on the ground. So, because the ground is not moving as much, the boat is moving, and I do not know how those pilots land on boats that are rocking back and forth. But I think we caught the 4th hook or the 4th rope. You're supposed to hit the 2nd one, but yeah. But put a 1 in. Well, make sure you go and watch that and have a good time. It is funny. So the MiG, I landed 2 MiGs. The first MiG was a MiG-29, very formidable. And the next one was a MiG-30, Su-33, which is considered a 5th-gen fighter. I don't know if you've heard the term 5th-gen fighter. They use it in Top Gun. That was an Su-57 in Top Gun. And even though it was CGI, that maneuver it pulled, that Pishkuaf Cobra, it can really do that in real life. They actually have video of those planes doing that in real life. So just because it was CGI doesn't mean it can't do it. So it is what it is. All right. Make sure you hit the like button and support the stream. I appreciate the members, but prefer you all just leave a like and leave a comment or two. Don't be scared. I actually, unlike Rich Review Tech and other YouTubers, I actually will come back and probably tomorrow night and read all the comments. So, but we have a topic here. There's 2 topics. I have a poll up, and I heard some people talking about Sony being able to do 4K 120 FPS, and I just want to know from you guys, are you surprised with the PS5 being able to do this? Because if you are surprised, what is surprising you about this? And also, if you're not surprised, I mean, you shouldn't be, because big shout out to Hip Hop Gamer. Hip Hop Gamer went on Big Cloud's podcast, and he went on Marlon Gaming Nation's podcast, and he told everybody what the PlayStation 5 was going to be capable of. The problem that I have seen is that people thought they should have just launched with that. And I'm kind of like, well, he was saying they were working on it. It was still in kind of an advanced alpha, but I have played PS5 games streaming, and they're fine. Now, it's streaming, so you have a softer look. It's hard to explain a soft look, but it just I don't know how else to describe it. It's a softer look, but it's not that big of a difference between that and the native picture. It's different. It's the equivalent of, I mean, you watch a 4K movie, like watch Avengers Endgame. Watch the first 20 minutes. Watch the first 20 minutes of Endgame. First watch it on a Blu-ray, then give yourself about 10 minutes and watch the same 10, 20 minutes streaming. The streaming picture, while very good, is still a softer picture. That's just the best way I can describe it. Also, we did not, and this was my fault, do the whole Oscar show, but it went chalk. It kind of went the way I thought. I hated to see Emily Blunt lose because I thought she should have won Best Actress. However, Emma Stone was extremely deserving, and I do think that Lily Gladstone, I thought she got robbed. I mean, she got Angela Bassett, but Oppenheimer won Best Picture, Best Director, Best Actor, Best Supporting Actor, Best Original Score, Sound. I mean, it won everything, majorly. And so did Poor Things. Poor Things, I think, had a real good showing. And but again, everybody that's nominated deserves to win. And I thought it was a good show. That's me personally. I thought it was a good show. So, but we'll move on here. And so let me know why you're surprised that the PS5, at almost 30% of you all that have voted, believe that, which is like 10 people. Well, no, it's not. I'm sorry. It's like 4 or 5 people believe that they're surprised by the PS5. So go ahead and make sure you share the video. You get the likes up. I know I didn't really post this heavily, and I'm doing this on YouTube to make sure you guys move over to Rumble. Because that's the last 2 Thunder Thursdays that I've done, they're on Rumble. So let me drop the Rumble link in the chat here. And make sure you all join me on Rumble for Thunder Thursday, because that's I'm just doing it now. I'm gonna do another Thunder Thursday next week. But after that, you have to remember, first Thursday in April, Thunder Thursday. If you're a fan of Thunder Thursday, then it will be on Rumble. So just make sure you go over there and you leave a like, you sign up. It's free. It's just like YouTube. You do have to create an account, and you just come on over there and we'll do our Thunder Thursdays. And it's a little bit of everything. So, but moving on. Shout out to everybody that's here. Corey Massey in the house. Say he needs to double back to Persona 3. There's a lot of good games out. I've heard people running around saying, let's kind of get into it here. People saying things like, you know, we need to see new games and things like that. But that's exactly what we have here. Okay. And what do I mean by that is whether people like it or not, we can just kind of go in reverse order. MLB The Show comes out in a couple of weeks, I believe. MLB The Show is coming out. That's a brand new game. Stellar Blade is coming out. New game. Grand Blue Fantasy is out. New game. The Last of Us Part 2 Remaster. New game. Now, if you don't want to count it, that's on you. I mean, I'm not going to argue with you. Okay? All of the Xbox games that have come over to the PlayStation, new games. Okay? Those are new. And PlayStation is now going to have Sea of Thieves, which is another games as a service. So again, that's a game they did not have to make. And they don't have, and Sony doesn't have to maintain. Microsoft has to maintain. It's their IP. So these are games that I could just come up with. I mean, there's more games in that Final Fantasy Rebirth. I saw where Final Fantasy Rebirth dropped 80% in Japan. That's expected, people. It was the number 1 or number 2 game in the month that came out. So I'm kind of trying to get beyond where the fanboys are with this stuff. I'm just not surprised by it anymore. And again, as I said on 60 Frames No Lag, I sold my Xbox. And when something comes out on Xbox that I really want to play, I will do Game Pass on PC because I'm going to upgrade my PC. Hopefully in a couple more days. I'm getting everything kind of put together to go ahead and go on over there. So Pedro Martinez said Chocolate Thunder is here. Like, well, not yet because it ain't lights out time. Lights out is at 11 o'clock. So that's when Chocolate Thunder make his appearance. So, but I still do not understand why. I think people will say, we need to see, and you enter your quote here. What they really mean by we need to see is they're talking about themselves. But instead of them just saying, I want to see, they make it about everybody in the room. And it's not. It's about them. They're the one who needs to see this stuff, not me. I mean, I know what they're coming out with. So it's kind of like, okay. So I know there was a report that came out yesterday as well that Rockstar Games is allegedly, and I said allegedly, possibly putting their old games into premium. I have premium right now, and I recommend premium to everybody. At least try it for a month. You get Sony Picture Core, which has a bunch of movies on there. That Sony, because Sony makes movies. You get, like, I can trial Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core to see if I like it. Okay, to see if I like it, which I'm going to do that. And if these games do come, the Konami games, think of all the Konami games that will come. All the Metal Gears, Silent Hill, Rockstar games. They'll have Manhunt. They'll have all the Grand Theft Auto games. Pretty much they'll put the Grand Theft Auto Vice City, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, all that's a 3. They'll put that all in there. Make sure you go over the Rumble and make sure that you sign up for Rumble because, as I said before, I'm doing one more Thunder Thursday on the 28th, and then that's the last Thunder Thursday on YouTube. It will be on Rumble. So, and Rumble's free. This is you sign up for a YouTube account. You can sign up for a Rumble account. Okay, so Crunchyroll is on PlayStation Plus. Okay, yeah, I didn't know that. So there's a lot of stuff on Plus. So I know Resident Evil 3 is now on Plus. I think that's the second time it's been on Plus. Even if you don't like Resident Evil 3, download the game because remember, it's a PS4 game. They got a PS5 patch. So let's try that out. And so we got that going on. And I did enjoy Resident Evil 3. I didn't like being chased by some dude saying stars. I mean, I don't know if that was Chocolate Thunder as far as I'm concerned. So he's chasing me with some Vaseline talking about I was a pretty person. But You don't use that strong Christian white man Leon at all. So moving on, and this is kind of a cross subject. Well, no, let me finish this one. So when you hear people online or wherever, your workplace, wherever you're at, saying we need to see, they're talking about themselves. And I don't know why they don't have the balls to say, I want to see new games. I think Sony has got plenty of new games out. All right? They've got, like I said, I'm not a Grand Blue Fantasy. I don't know who Grand Blue is. Why can't it be Grand Red? But Grand Blue Fantasy is out if you want to play that. I said this already. Last of Us Part 2 remaster is out. So all that stuff right now is ready to go. And you can just go ahead and buy it and play it. Final Fantasy Rebirth, Dragon's Dogma, which is that's a new game. If you want to play that, Rise of the Ronin is coming out in a couple of weeks. If you want to play that, so do not get caught up in the whole where are the new games, because there's plenty of new games. So, and there's just a group of people who, instead of saying they say we. And they only speak for themselves. It's like I only speak for myself. I don't speak for you all. That's why I'm asking your opinion. So, also, I can break this news now. I've been contacted by a company called Gaming Bliss, and Gaming Bliss wants to send me some PlayStation stuff. But I have to do a podcast on it. Like, I have to do about a 10-minute podcast on the product. So what I did was I said, well, do you just want to be a sponsor of the podcast? That way I can always have it out and things like that. But it's like a charger and some other things. So I'm just thinking about it. I got till Monday to get back to him. But I just want to let you know, we may go corporate. What's it called? We may go public. So it'd be like an IPO. We're going public. So when does Alone in the Dark come out? That's sometime this year. And then down there's reports that Silent Hill 2 is coming out this year. So again, we'll have to wait and see. And I try to stay away from the rumor train, but I got a nice juicy one about Grand Theft Auto 6. I don't know if you're ready for it. Y'all need to get the likes up. I need to get to at least 20 likes before I drop the Grand Theft Auto 6 news. Okay? They ain't looking for no super chat money. Just looking for some more likes. Let's get those likes up. You give me 20 likes, I'll give you the Grand Theft Auto 6 news. And it's pretty juicy. So but let's see if we get there or not. We're at a measly 6, like SEAL Team 6. Shout out to SEAL Team 6, okay? So that's if you want the Grand Theft Auto news. And I don't lie to you. I'll give you the skinny on the Grand Theft Auto stuff. So, but that's up to you all. You all got to go ahead and hit the like button. So, so now we need games from PlayStation first-party studios. I mean, again, what difference does it make? And there is no we. Replace we with I. That's actually what you're saying. I want that. Not we, because we is speaking for everybody in the room, and you don't get to do that. So but we'll keep it moving. We're still a few more likes away. I mean, we're going to keep moving along. We get to 20, and that's fine. So I want to really tackle let's start with the PS5 doing 120. I do not be shocked by that, and do not be shocked if these older games that everybody's screaming about comes over, SOCOM, Siphon Filter. One of those studios they're working with is Sony Ben. Sony Ben makes Siphon Filter. So don't be shocked if Siphon Filter, like all the Siphon filters, the Seals games, SOCOM, all the Metal Gear games, Silent Hill, those games don't come in their 4K 120. And so what I expect, but they are only going to be in premium. That's why they're having that big sale on premium right now. It's to get you all in there That way you all can go ahead and grease yourselves on up so that when they start putting this stuff in there, you're already used to paying out the money. Now, they do have a good sale on it right now for 1 year. So I'm just letting you know, you all may want to really look into it, into getting premium. That's all I'm going to leave it there. Because if those games come out and they only hit premium, it's going to make premium the premier service in the country. It will. It may arguably in the world, but it will have a bunch of games from the Sony library. There were PS2 games, some PS1 games, all those games that everybody grew up playing. You know, Dragons, whatever that game is. Like I said, I grew up playing Siphon Filter, Tenchu. Remember Tenchu? But you gotta sign up for the service. There ain't gonna be no poor man's discount. There's a poor man's discount right now. I recommend you sign up for it. Go ahead and get it done. So, because if this happens, you're gonna want to be there to catch it. Like, oh no, I need to get this. So that's why I'm getting I have to go buy something called a 1 terabyte hard drive. I have to go pay for that now. So, and just have it ready. Just getting it ready, as they would say. Shout out to Mary Wilcox in the house. Mary Wilcox is here. She says PlayStation has plenty of games this year so far. What about the supposed competition Xbox? Well, remember, Xbox is no longer competition. That's over with. What do they have? Makes you wonder. Well, I mean, again, as far as them talking about Helldivers and Final Fantasy, what I don't understand, and somebody can help me out with this, why is it that Final Fantasy and Helldivers is such a big deal when they have Hellblade 2 and okay, Indiana Jones and Avowed coming out to their console? You don't hear them saying Microsoft should go ahead and put these games everywhere. You don't hear them saying that. So why is exclusivity bad for thee, but not for we? You know what I'm saying? Why is it okay for Microsoft to hoard product, but it's not okay for Sony to hoard product? That's the hypocrisy that I need an answer to. And like I said, I'm coming to you all for your help. Okay? So why is it that they need, and let's leave a comment on it. So again, here's the question for the chat so that you can leave a comment on it. Why is it okay for the Xbox community to scream and yell and pound their chest when Microsoft money hats games like they're doing, okay? But when Sony money hats, it's terrible. It's 1950. So, I mean, can somebody explain that to me? That's it. What is your explanation? Again, I'm not looking to argue because I don't know the answer. I don't know the answer at all. So, to me, it's hypocrisy. You all are 6 away from getting your Grand Theft Auto news. We're going to move on. So, I recommend, as far as the streaming, try to sign up and stream some games. And just see if they're in your, and see, because I can't really tell the difference, but I'm an old man and I sit 9.5 feet to 10 feet back from my picture because that's proper viewing distance, right? So, what do you all think about the stream? And I want you all's opinion on it, so you're going to have to sign up for it. You're just going to have to. But understand, there's a whole lot coming down that pipeline. Somebody say hashtag fat pipe. Remember we used to talk about the fat pipe, and now the fat pipe is coming. So, and again, I want to make this clear. I don't care that Microsoft money hats the games. I really don't care. They used to do that all the time anyway. It's like Sega money had it, Nintendo money. They all do it. So I'm just trying to figure out why these guys are saying that, it's a crime that Final Fantasy Rebirth isn't. Well, what if I were to say it's a crime that Hellblade 1 is on PlayStation, but Hellblade 2 is not? You see what I'm saying? I mean, it's the same thing. That's hopefully you all understand where I'm coming from. Why is it a crime that Knights of the Old Republic looks like it's still being made, according to multiple reports. It's still being made, and it's going to be a PlayStation exclusive game. Why is that a big deal when the original Knights of the Old Republic is on Xbox and they never let it come over? I mean, to a PlayStation. Now, granted, it's a BioWare game. I know that it's a BioWare game. So, but Microsoft could have said, "Yeah, you all can publish this on another console." All right. Why is it a crime that Sony money hats Final Fantasy 16, but it ain't a crime when Microsoft money hats Indiana Jones? Again, I'm just asking. I'm not trying to do a trap question here. I'm simply asking, why is it okay for thee, but not for we? That's all I'm asking. And that's going to take a mature response to get to. It will take you a mature response. And a lot of you all won't leave responses because that's a hard one. That's a hard pause, okay? That's a tough question to answer. So don't feel bad if you don't have an answer at all. Jackknife in the house. Shout out to Jackknife. So, but moving on. Don't be surprised. I'm not surprised about Sony with the 4K 120 because Hip Hop Gamer told us this stuff. So when you hear people like Marlon or Big Cloud trying to say, this is crazy, this is wild, why are you surprised when you got told directly from a direct source who publicly came out and said Sony was going to be able to do this? So don't be. I just think it's for shock value. You know, insane power. This is crazy. Holy cow. Whatever they say, right? It's like, no, this has always been the plan. However, Sony is on their own timeline. They're not on Marlon's timeline. They're not on my timeline. I want to make that clear. They're not on True Virgil's timeline. They're not on Mary Wilcox's timeline. Somebody type in the chat on their own timeline because that's what this is about. That's what this is about. And yes, I told you that the PS5 Pro was going to cost some cash. It's going to cost some cash. You all better get it ready. Just go ahead and get it ready. All right? Go ahead and, like they said, Sony's going to be going up in people's butts. Get it ready. You see what I'm saying? Get it ready. And you know what getting it ready is, right? That's when you clear out the poop. So you all better get it ready. Oh, I may play I'm playing Mass Effect this weekend, trust me. So JP says he might play Alone in the Dark first before, yeah, that's fine. Look, I played Alone in the Dark back on PC back in the day. Like a long time ago. Like Alone in the Dark was kind of the cool game back in the day. It was Alone in the Dark, Diablo, Forsaken. We were playing games like that, like back then. So yeah, Alone in the Dark is a classic. So I certainly hope you all enjoy it. You all play similar games like it. Until Dawn is similar. It's in that same vein. But and then that other game, The Quarry, which I enjoyed The Quarry. Even though I got the guy that got his arm cut off, I got him killed. But he was on some Fruit Booty stuff, so I didn't care, right? So anyway, the Xbox money had its Stalker 2. Only for 90 days, but that's fine. That's fine that again, I want to make this clear. I don't care that they do that. That's not my question. See, you all were talking about what? You're reacting to what? I'm looking at why. Why is this such a big deal when Microsoft does it? Or it's not a big deal when Microsoft does it or Nintendo does it. However, it's a big effing deal when Sony does it. It just is. So, and again, I don't know why. I have a suspicion, but I don't know why. So, JP Loco says if Xbox players want Final Fantasy, they should support 14. I agree. I don't disagree with you. And if they're going to remake Final Fantasy 8 and 9 and they release it multiplat, the Xbox community better buy the damn game. None of this, I'm going to wait for it to come to Game Pass. That ain't going to happen. You need to go out, and if the game is $59.99 or $49.99, you're going to have to go to the store and get the damn game or buy it digitally, whatever you all want to do. So shout out to J-Roll for the $2. This for the love of it all. I appreciate it, brother. That will go to the new case that I'm buying tomorrow. Big shout out to J-Roll for always supporting. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. So Rudy Lewis says he loves Hip Hop Gamer, won't be a fanboy, but I will jump in the air and try. Dude to see me waving in the car. Yeah, like I said, he told us all this stuff. So I'm not surprised by what he's doing. That Sony didn't steal Stella booty. They saw it in development. They helped them finish making the game. It's the same with Kena Bridge of Spirits. They put money on the game. Like the song, I got 5 on it. That's what Sony's up there saying. And it does look, and again, I didn't play the demo. I did not play the demo at all. But I've seen some stuff coming out of that demo. I'm like, man, that girl's got some jiggle on her. She getting jiggy with it. So let's see here. But I'm just saying, why is it okay for thee but not for we? That's all I'm asking. So, but again, yeah, I still see at 33 votes now. Well, you're still 2 away from the Grand Theft Auto news. So it is what it is. So, but we'll move on to the main topic, which is these Xbox fanboys and these PlayStation fanboys. They're struggling. I told you this was going to happen. That once this was over, you were going to see a separation of the actual gamers who are just playing the games and the fanboys who are still talking about Helldivers 2 and port begging and Helldivers 2 and port begging and all that kind of stuff. Because the console war is over, they got nothing else to talk about. Again, once Hellblade 2 comes out and Avowed comes out, Indiana Jones comes out, all the we want this game and all that kind of stuff, that will end. That will end the next day. Like as soon as they're able to wake up and play Hellblade on Game Pass, they're going to shut up. That's why it's stupid to engage with them. And I'm talking about both the fanboys. All right? I'm talking about both of them because to me, when the summer comes, I don't game a ton anyway. I never have. But that's just me. You may have kids or stuff like that. And a lot of people are playing on the Portal. Like a friend of mine, he plays on the Portal. He's like, well, my wife wants to watch TV tonight, so I'm going to play on the Portal in the bedroom. And that's fine. I'm like, well, you need to spend some time on the couch with your wife, but okay, that's fine. So your higher up is buying Helldivers 2. What do you mean you're higher up? Well, I don't understand that. So Stellar Blade might not have released without PS funding. Well, yeah, I think they would have gotten it there because they are taking their company public. That initial offer IPO priced that company at $2 billion. So, but nevertheless, I think they get there. It may take them longer. So, see, Fresh said Boomsticks podcast is nothing but port begging and PlayStation. Oh, okay. Well, like I said, I mean, can you really take somebody seriously who comes on and says ka-ka-ka-boom? I mean, I don't take people like that seriously. So, at the end of the day, I just want to know why it's okay for them to get exclusive content. Again, I want to make this clear. When Xbox first started, it was exclusive content. Halo was there. Knights of the Old Republic was there. That you had to have an Xbox to play those games. But I remember the first 3 months I had Knights of the Old Republic. I didn't play nothing else. And I was fine with that. I was loving Knights of the Old Republic. Then I played Halo. Loved it. It was like, man, this is a really cool game. Then something called The Flood came in that game, and it kicked my ass. I'm like, what the hell, man? So, but I liked Halo. Good lore. I liked the way the game was situated. You could control vehicles. It was a new type of enemy, new colors, a bunch of purples and blues and greens. Yeah, Master Chief was overpowered. It was OP, but it wasn't a big deal. My point to you is that Microsoft has always had exclusive games, so I don't care that they do. It's just like, why do you care so much when Sony does it? Because Sony does the exact same thing. So does Nintendo. Just, it is what it is. Mary Wilcox says KOTOR was the whole reason she got it. Yeah, me too. That's why it was the first game I bought. It wasn't Halo. And then then Peter Moore walked out on stage and with the Grand Theft Auto tattoo and Grand Theft Auto Vice City and Grand Theft Auto 3 went to Xbox. I'm like, oh my God. And I went and bought it again and I beat it again. And it looked better on Xbox. It ran better on Xbox. It just did. And with Xbox, you could create your own music station. So you could download discs on your Xbox. You could download music and then play the music you downloaded into the game. I was in a band at the time. I downloaded our demo into the game. So when I was playing as Tommy Vercetti, doing the motorcycle jumps and the car jumps and all that kind of stuff, I was playing the music from my band. It was actually pretty cool. JP Local said Dead Rising 3, Rise of Tomb Raider. Yeah, it's not about, again, we're talking about what they did versus why. Why is this okay? I mean, I don't care that they're doing it, but why is it that big a deal? Yeah, Sea of Thieves is another games as a service, and that's fine there, X-Hawk. That's why I said before, a new game. All 4 or 5 of those games that Microsoft is bringing over are new games. New games on your PlayStation. Okay, it just is. It just is. And somebody brought up Alone in the Dark. I forgot about that one. So again, there's plenty of new games to play. But this whole thing, we want to see the first party stuff. Well, we just got The Last of Us Part 2 remaster. And you're getting MLB The Show. That's 2 studios right there. You know Ben is working on a new game. You already know that. You know Blue Point's working on a new game. You know that already. I mean, you know this stuff already. House Mar's working on a new game. Haven's working on a new game. I mean, it's just, and even if you were to see the game, you're gonna bitch and moan and say, "Well, the game don't look that good." Look at what you all did to Silent Hill. Look what y'all did to that. Well, it looks like trash. It don't look good. Well, remember I told you guys, if you, first of all, your first level of complaint is we don't know what they're working on. We want to see it. Then when you see it, you don't like what you see, even though you want to see it. So they show you an alpha build. They show you an early beta build. It's not supposed to look that good. You're supposed to just get an overall sense of what they're working on. But you got people out here that's just going to immediately trash the game. So yeah, that's why I said I would make you MFers wait. I would just make you wait. You're not going to see nothing. You won't see nothing. And we'll put out maybe a 6-minute video. Because you all don't care about even Sean Layton said, you all don't care about how the sausage is being made. Pause on the sausage. But you all don't care about how the building is made up, how the plane is built to fly. You just want to get in the plane. Unfucking acceptable. It just is. You got to learn to appreciate. It's like you don't care about the cake, about how the cake is made. How'd your mom make your birthday cake? Did you ever ask your mom, how did you make my birthday cake? No, you didn't, because all you cared about was eating the birthday cake. And that's fine, but I'm not condemning people for doing that, but do not ask for stuff, then get it, and then say, well, I don't like it. That's just too goddamn entitled. You're just too damn entitled. So Silent Hill gets, even though they brought back multiple things, that Silent Hill, whatever it was called, the girl walking around, that game was, that was the demo, free demo. That wasn't good enough. Even though they gave you something free. Well, it's not good enough. You know? So, God of War, Sony Santa Monica gives you something free. Free. You didn't pay for it. You had to have the original God of War like all of us do. You get that. They need to have a whole game. It's a shut up. Shut up. Nothing that these developers do will be good enough. Even the Spider-Man cancellation. Just because they canceled it for now doesn't mean they're going to keep it canceled for good. They canceled it for now. And how would that game have worked anyway? It sounds better as a single player game. Scarlet Witch opens up portals and different Spider-Man come out of them. I think that's a good idea. and just let us switch in between them like we did with Grand Theft Auto 5. So the technology's already there. You want to be the Amazing Spider-Man. You want to be, who was played by Andrew Garfield. You want that Spider-Man. You switch to that Spider-Man. You want Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. You switch to that one. You want our Spider-Man that we're using. That's fine. I mean, that would have worked out fine. But that is single player. And Insomniac Games just gave you New Game Plus for free. So stop acting like entitled brats. So you have two major studios, three of their studios out of three. You got a brand new game, The Last of Us Part 2, that takes advantage of the PS5. Again, you're sitting down talking about they need to take full advantage of the hardware. So when they do, you bitch about it because, I want something new. Look, you all know what I'm about to say now, which is Chocolate Thunder don't care that you not gay. He going up in your butthole. You just need to get it ready. That's it. Get it ready. And if you're like, I have a right, you have a right to your own opinion. However, you don't have a right to your own facts. You just don't. You just don't. And I got tired of it. That's why, like, this week, and granted, I lobbied to be on Crossfire this week, but that's why the only thing I did this week podcast-wise was play a couple of games. Because I'm like, well, you know what? I can't do this. And then that black woman makes a racist-ass statement on I guess she's in charge of the Black Panther video game. And Ashton Luca talked about this. We have this black woman out here literally making racist statements. How come you all ain't canceling her? Like, where's that cancel culture at? I'm not going to buy the game. And I love Black Panther. I'm not buying the game. Now, am I going to sit up here and rail against her? No. What can I do as a consumer? Not participate in what they put out. That's it. That's how I'm going to do it. I cannot believe even Black Panther was invented by a white male. Stan Lee and Jack Kirby came up with that character. So for her to turn around and say, I don't want white people working on it, that makes no sense to me. Like, none. Somebody can explain that to me. I'll love to listen to them. Like, I would love to listen to you. I will set up a podcast and you can come on and talk to me about it. It's just like when you have all these feminists talking about how they love Wonder Woman, even though Wonder Woman was invented by a man. And if you don't know who Wonder Woman is, the guy, I think his name was John Marston or James Marston. I think it's something like that. They did a Netflix movie called Marston and the Wonder Woman. And he was in a poly relationship with two different women. And if he combined them to one woman, that's how he got Wonder Woman. That's where that comes from. She's naive, but very strong. All right? So, and so she has the same qualities as both the women he fell in love with. He fell in love with a woman who was very strong, but then he fell in love with another woman who's the opposite. She was very vulnerable. As powerful as Wonder Woman is, there's some type of sense of naivete with her. She's nice to look at, but she doesn't throw it in your face. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, that I can't only speak for myself as a black man, and that pissed me off. I was like, wait a minute, somebody clipped this. They didn't put this together right. Finally I'm like, I heard this shit wrong. But I told you all right here on this podcast that you all are gonna have to start dealing with these black women because they are out of control. Black men have walked away. They got their passports. They're going all over the world. They're meeting beautiful women in Scandinavia, beautiful women in the motherland, beautiful women in the Philippines, beautiful women in Thailand and Vietnam. And black women are out here shoplifting and stealing. And some two black women in Arizona stole over $4,000 worth of meat. $4,000 just was like, well, we ought to be able to take this because I'm a black woman, you know. So it's just, it is what it is. You know, that like there's a, you know, they have convinced themselves there's a cosmic conspiracy against them. So, but y'all gonna be dealing with them. And I already said, take the welfare away. Hey, look, you've been on it for 7 years. Gotta go. Okay? Gots to go. So, but I still can't believe this woman gets the privilege of making a Black Panther game. Do you know how many studios would have loved to make a Black Panther game? And then she says the bullshit she's on, says what she says. So I am sorry she said it. However, it doesn't surprise me at all. Because again, black women literally think they're owed something. And I've said the only thing they're owed is an ass kicking, but I you know, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. So shout out to Ash and Luca for actually really covering it. She did like a 10 or 15 minute video on it. Highly recommend you all go listen to it. But these women need their asses like kicked. Like Stone Cold Steve Austin coming in and just opening up a jackhammer full of ass whoop on them. So, and, but again, what can I do about it? I can just not give them my money. You know, I'm not going to buy the game. I hate that because I'm taking something away from myself that I really wanted to enjoy, but I got to stand on a bigger principle. Now, that's just what I'm doing about it. What are you going to do about it? You see what I'm saying? I'm just asking, what are you going to do about it, right? So I as a consumer just won't consume the product. I just won't consume the product. Okay, so let's get back to the main event here, which is these fanboys that are struggling after the console wars ended, just like we told you they would. Told you that they were not going to be able to survive in the new environment. So now everything is, you know, Halo versus Helldivers 2. Two different kind of games, but okay. There's Halo versus Helldivers 2. And again, because there's nothing more to talk about, I keep on trying to say to people, would I like a new Sly Cooper? I'm not a big platforming guy, but a lot of people are lobbying for Sly Cooper because to me, Sly Cooper, Ratchet and Clank, those are all the same type of games. Crash Bandicoot. So, well, you know, I don't know if black people can be racist because we don't have the power to prevent certain things. We can be prejudiced though. See, there's a difference in being a racist and being prejudiced. And that woman, that black girl is prejudiced, period. So, I mean, yeah, I lumped it into racism because the statement is racist, but it is prejudice. Like if a white person were to sue her, they'd win. Like they would win in court based on her own testimony. They just use it against her. So, and maybe that's what'll happen. I don't know. Maybe I'll wake up tomorrow and they'll say 10 white people are suing her for blah, blah, blah this, for discrimination, which is fine. I mean, again, because she is discriminated against people. I think it's effed up. She takes a character invented by two white males. Again, let's make this clear. Rip Stan Lee, they're war veterans. They're veterans. All right. And is it William Marston? Thank you very much. Yeah, it could. Yeah, William Marston. That does sound right. But talking about the Wonder Woman. So I don't know how she gets away with that shit because again, a black person did not create Black Panther, the comic book character. The Black Panther Party, that's different from Black Panther, the movie and the comic book, right? So Black Panther Party was invented by black men. Just like black men created hip hop. Just like black men create, I mean, you know, we're just tired of creating stuff. How many people, hip hop been around 50 years. I can't believe it. But that was created by 4 black men. DJ Herc, Grandmaster Flash, Cool Keith, or Keith Cool, I'm sorry. I said Cool Keith. Keith Cool. And it was 4. Who else do I didn't name? There's 4 people. Oh, Africa Bambaataa. How could I forget? Those 4 black men invented every time you hear somebody bust a rhyme, it's because of those 4 black men. Don't care if they're in England, Germany, don't care if they're black or white, don't matter. As soon as they start spitting rhymes, it's because of those 4 black men. That's it. That is the truth right there. Don't get it twisted. So, but what about these console war veterans being put out the pasture? It's like, it's like the horse being brought out to the back of the barn and being shot. And that's what you're seeing. You're seeing them struggle moving on. You're seeing them struggle moving on with no console war. Remember, these are guys that have been around since PS3. And they are console warring still because they don't know nothing else. Like, they know nothing else. Yes, black people in the country, created all kind of things. Definitely. So, that's it. Yeah, definitely. So, but yeah, I mean, we'll keep it moving here. But you're seeing the struggle I said would happen. I said when there is a definitive declination on this being over with. Yes, I know Kevin Samuels' birthday was yesterday. Rest in peace to the Godfather. I put a community tab up about it. So, yeah, definitely rest in peace to Kevin Samuels. He actually let black men know that it's okay to say enough or no. We're not dealing with this anymore. And that's what you're seeing right now. That's why you're seeing brothers getting passports left and right. But yeah, rest in peace to Kevin Samuels. So definitely missed, but he gave you the skill set to do the vetting. I recommend all men vet the women, even if you have to hire a private investigator. Hire a private investigator for your peace of mind. Don't feel bad about it. You're going to spend the rest of your life with somebody, and she's got to make sure she has a low body count and no kids. You can't build your legacy through another man's child. Don't care what the women say. So, but again, the women are getting more and more upset. This whole thing, say no to single mothers, that's having an effect. That's having an effect. So, but you're seeing, we'll get back to this, you're seeing the disintegration of what these fanboys are going through. I mean, poor Post Up is struggling. Post Up put up some kind of thing on Xbox having NBA 2K 2024 in Game Pass, only for it 48 hours later to be announced on PlayStation Plus. Again, true story. True story. So, like I said, J-Tech is struggling. He's struggling getting over it. It's over with. Done. It's like, so they're going to have to go do certain other things. Am I subbed to Dennis Sperling? Yeah, I've been subbed to Dennis Sperling for over 2 years. Yeah, I was subbed to Dennis before Kevin passed. So, Dennis, lead attorney, AV to the AV7. I still don't know why she calls herself to the 7th power, but okay, fair enough. AV, lead attorney, all those. I'm subbed to all of them. I keep getting invited by Art Nostell to his panel. If he invites me tomorrow night, if I can stay up, because I'm an old man, if I can stay up, I will jump on his panel tomorrow night, because he has invited me like the last 3 weeks, and I just keep on like, I ain't going. Let's see, your PC port's hurting. Well, I don't know why, because Ghost of Tsushima came out in 2020. 2020. If it makes any difference, my cousin was born in 2021. He's already walking around and riding a little bitty tricycle. But again, it's the console war. There's no more of that anymore. What's up, Windsweep? So, but it's over with. So if it's just going to simply be, well, I'm going to compare Helldivers to Halo, you got nothing, okay? There's nothing here. So there's nothing here. But I've been saying before, how come Ghost of Tsushima's not out on PC yet? Well, I got my answer. They didn't port it till late. But again, am I going to double dip? No, I'm not going to double dip. I have said this. I will say this about the horse put the farmer out the pasture. Yeah, but it very well could, as big as they are. I'm in Kentucky. These horses are huge. You don't get a appreciation of how big and muscular they are until you see them up close, especially thoroughbred horses that are bred to just run. So So you're getting, well, do you want returning franchises or do you want remakes to returning franchises? You see what I'm saying? I mean, I'll take the returning franchise myself. So checked out last night with Kevin Samuels' woman describing it. Yeah, I mean, again, you got people lying saying he died alone. He did not. He did not die alone. So that woman was there and she tried to resuscitate him, and it wasn't to be. It was time. He got called home. There's nothing you can do when God picks, you wake up that morning. And again, think about how bad that could have been. He died the same night he did a podcast. Imagine if he had a heart attack during the podcast. All right, but it did spur a lot of black men to go get their health checked out, myself included. And I had to change some things up. Yeah, I've lost 25 pounds. So, but yeah, it took me a while to work up the courage to go to the doctor. But yeah, brothers got to we got to take better care of ourselves. We got better diets. I now eat at Chick-fil-A. I'll get a house salad and some grilled chicken. I don't do the, number 5 with large fries and a large Coca-Cola. Nope, I pretty much dropped all the sugar out. Pretty much. I gotta have some sugar, but I pretty much do not have a ton of sugar. I eat turkey sausage now. I still will fry chicken in my deep fryer. I will do that. But like tonight, I'm doing baked chicken. So, but yeah, so understand what's happened to the fanboys. All right, understand what's happened to both Xbox and PlayStation fanboys. That now, at this point in time, they sound and look stupid. At this point, they look and sound stupid, and I'm enjoying it in a way because I like the fact that I like the fact that we told you this is going to happen to him, and this is happening to him. So. JP said he's allergic to horses. Yeah, I mean, again, I understand. Well, this don't come to Kentucky, period, because Kentucky is the worst state in the union, the worst state in the United States for allergies. I mean, our allergies are constantly acting up down here. We get puffy eyes, runny noses, all that, constantly coughing. It's just a dry cough. You're not coughing up nothing, but just you're having drainage because of the friggin' allergies. So, yeah, he's being paranoid. Ghost of Tsushima going to PC. Yeah, the game's 4 years old. But again, when you're console warring, when you're console warring, it's about what you can say and hold over somebody. J-Tech can't hold that over anybody anymore. And so he just sits there and says, well, I don't like it. That Sony shouldn't do it. But J-Tech wants $200, $300 million games. You see, and again, I want those games too. It's not just him. I want those games too. But what Sean Layton is saying is you do need to have a wider berth. Even a guy who won an Oscar the other night, a director, won an Oscar, said instead of making a $200 million movie, make 4 $50 million movies. You see what I'm saying? And Sony is going to have to figure that out. That's why I said before, I agree with Reforged Gaming, where your next Spider-Man game is going to be $49.99, but it's not going to be a 12 to 15 hour game. It may be 10 hours. And then they'll do a part 2 to that. There will be another 10 hours, and combined, even if they come out 3 months apart, a lot of people are going to say, well, I'm just going to wait and buy the game. A lot of people will do that. They'll buy the whole game. A lot of people won't do it. A lot of people will play that game because the way this ended, showing Cindy Moon. I mean, come on. They showed Cindy Moon. So we got to keep that in mind. We're getting another Spider-Man. So Ghost of Tsushima 2 releasing the same year. It's not. I mean, they may announce it, but it's going to be the same damn thing. It's going to be, well, they announced it, but they didn't show no gameplay. I'm telling you right now, these fanboys are going to say that shit because that's the way they are. So, never underestimate the power of a black woman, especially a mother. Well, nobody's doing that. We just know that women in general don't build, they don't maintain, and they don't defend anything. The only thing that the women build maintaining the field is Themyscira, and that was made up by a man who made up Wonder Woman. That's where she's from. So again, women don't do those things. And that's fine. I mean, that's what men are supposed to be out there doing. So yeah, I understand what you're saying. So, but yeah. So when people are console warring, it's about I gotta say something and hurt their feelings. Now J-Tech, and not just him, other people don't have that no more. They don't have it. And so that's affecting them. You know, it's not the end of the world. It's not like they're doing day and date. We already know they're not. How do I know that? Because the CEO of Sony said they're not doing that. They're not doing it. So, so once Microsoft announced Xbox games coming to PS5, you've been for Post Up, bro. Yeah, he is. Post Up's down bad. Yeah, I agree. Like I said, I don't get what the big deal is. This has been their plan from the beginning. It's like if you play Witcher 3 and you finish it, and at the end, what's it say, Geralt and Yennefer? If you chose Yennefer, I want that clear. If you choose Yennefer, they literally settle down on a wine. Geralt opens up, whatever his name is, Geralt. He opens up a wine center or whatever you want to call it, a winery, and him and Yennefer just stay together. What does it say? They sleep long into the afternoon, and Geralt gets up every once in a while to take out a monster or two to keep his skills up. And if you choose the ending where Ciri becomes a Witcher, it says he even joins Ciri on a few more adventures. But overall, they said that it was Dandelion, that blonde that Dandelion got with, I forgot her name, Geralt, and the person, and Yennefer and or Trish, whoever he settles down with, they pretty much at the end are like boring. The guy narrating says, boring, you say? And he says, yeah, I know it is boring, but if you search through the text, this is exactly what everybody wanted. And that's what we're looking at now. These guys are down bad. Look, they built their channels on console warring. It's over with now. It's over. What are you going to do? Just like the gender war, the black gender war, that's over with. Now you got all these guys out there in the quote manosphere, in the black manosphere. They don't know what to do with themselves. They're going to these are grown ass millennials. These men are in their 40s, talking about what a bunch of 25-year-olds are doing. I mean, how down bad are you when you can't create your own content and your content is based on somebody else's content? I mean, what the hell is this? You know, so but it is what it is. So you're gonna keep seeing these channels struggle. Now, I'm not here to say they're gonna struggle to get subs. I'm here to say they're gonna struggle with the content because there's nothing to talk about. There's nothing to talk about. Yeah, the Xbox community is gonna stand up and beat their chest like King Kong when Hellblade and Indiana Jones. They're going to do it. They're going to do that, but it's just not that big a deal. So, says Sea of Thieves coming to PlayStation and Switch pretty much confirmed in my mind. Those four ain't the last of them to come. Yeah, I agree. They're not the last of it. You know, it ain't like the last of it. Yeah, it's not the last of it, and there's more games coming. There'll be more games. And again, the reason why, and people are like, well, I can't believe these guys are buying Xbox games. It's like, PlayStation community buys its games. Why are you surprised? Why are you surprised about that? You shouldn't be. The PlayStation community buys its games. So they're buying Sea of Thieves. I don't know if they'll like it, but they're buying it. All right? I don't know if they're going to... I'm going to buy Hi-Fi Rush. I'm buying that. So I can't speak for nobody else. I'm buying Hi-Fi Rush. Pentiment? Probably not. Or Pentiment, whatever it's called. No. What's the other game? It's like a horror game. Dust Till, whatever it is. Dust Falls. Well, that's on Plus. Did you know that? So they released a Microsoft first-party game on PlayStation Plus. Did you know that? No, you didn't know. Oh, you didn't know? Your ass better call somebody. Yeah, as Dust Falls. That's on Plus. The console war is over. Sony won. And I think J-Dub said it the best. These Sony cats are poor winners. Not poor losers. They're poor winners. Because they don't want it to end. And like Officer Charles said, there's always a group of guys who just don't want to let shit go. Because they're used to it being certain things. Certain things that they're used to having certain things. It's like Star Trek The Undiscovered Country when the Klingons and the humans conspired together to start a galactic war, because if there's peace, these military people, their budgets start getting cut. They said it. If there's no war, there's no reason for me to be here. You see what I'm saying? That found your friends are deep in Helldivers 2. Surprise you, not a big into multi. Well, again, I liked Helldivers 2. I'm going to play it this weekend. So on Saturday at 10 o'clock in the morning, that's Eastern time, I will be on Helldivers 2, hopefully looking for some people to play with. I'm going to put the call out tomorrow. So I'm putting the call out tomorrow. Helldivers 2, 10 a.m. Eastern time, because again, it's easier to kind of get people play for an hour, hour and a half. Because then the basketball tournaments are on, and I'm going to watch that. I'm going to the bar. I'm gonna go get me a Craig Weiser. So, and again, I don't advocate you drink and drive. Okay, don't drink and drive. I did that shit before. Lucky I didn't get caught. Don't drink and drive. Don't be me. You may not be as lucky. So, Nintendo won what? So, that's why it's developing more PS5 port. Yeah, and understand the whole port thing. When Sony and Microsoft were in court battling each other, Microsoft was still laying the groundwork to bring those games over. So it is what it is. It is what it is. So Microsoft don't care. Oh, I can give you the Grand Theft Auto news before we get out of here. Okay. So Grand Theft Auto 6, Sony is working to try to get Grand Theft Auto 6 to be exclusive for anywhere from 6 months to a year, meaning that it will only release on PlayStation for 6 months to a year, and then it will release on PC and Xbox. That Sony's actually trying to work that out, and if that happens, it's going to be a riot. Like, you will see a riot in the streets at that point. But they're working on that. So it's not that it won't ever come to Xbox. You're looking at maybe 3 months. A lot of the stuff that's going to be available will only be available to PlayStation. PlayStation, again, allegedly, they're going to have specific missions in there on PS5. PS5-based missions. Sony's trying to get that. Same way where if you played a VR game, well, there were some games that... oh man, was it some games that had more content with PlayStation? It's I don't know if they did it with what's that other game? Red Dead Redemption 2. I think there were only certain items that's what they're doing. And if that happens, there's going to be a riot in the streets. Said PC versions a year later, so why pay exclude Xbox only? Well, they're excluding PC as well. But my understanding is this could be anywhere from 3 months to 6 months. They're trying to get exclusivity only on PlayStation. That's what I was told. We'll have to wait and see if it works out. But because PlayStation ain't playing around, they're going for the death blow against the Xbox with that game. Again, they're gonna allegedly have a PS5 Pro out, and the PS5 Pro is going to run that game better, allegedly. I don't know how much better. Don't get me caught up in all that stuff. I don't know if it's going to be, and again, you need to understand, Digital Foundry is going to go out of their way. If it's running better on PS5, they're going to say, well, it runs a little bit better. It's not that big of a deal. That's what they're going to say. If it looks better, they're going to say the same thing. They're going to say the same thing. But they do want Grand Theft Auto to be the lifeblood, like Grand Theft Auto 5 was. I mean, that game came out 2 generations ago. 2 generations ago. Grand Theft Auto 5 came out. So that just goes to show you how long they've been planning this. And this game, it did cost them anywhere from $600 to $750 million to make it. And some people say it's going to cost $1 billion. So we'll have to wait and see. So you ain't never played a GTA game ever, but has you intrigued? Yeah, it's well, understand GTA 6 is a reimagining of Grand Theft Auto Vice City. It's happening in Vice City, that's Miami. GTA 5 was a remake, a spiritual remake of Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, to the point where if you go to Grove Street at a certain time of the day, you'll see CJ and Carl and Sweet in their little whatever 6-bit, 8-bit, whatever it looked like. They still had their original code in that game. And Grand Theft Auto 4 is a spiritual remake of Grand Theft Auto 3. It is. So people, what are you talking about? That's the truth. That's the truth. The GTA 6 60 FPS mode will be exclusive to Pro. Well, I don't know about that. Won't that be something else though? What if that does happen? A 60 FPS mode only on PlayStation. Oh my God. Oh my God. I mean, oh my goodness. People will be, I can't believe this. That'd be something else. Oh my goodness. So, says, yeah, Take-Two CEO already said he doesn't believe in sub services and likes PC double dippers. GP shouldn't matter. Maybe PS wants marketing rights. Well, yeah, I think PlayStation very well could have marketing rights. And there are some people speculating that the the GTA 6 trailer, which was all CGI, was playing on a PS5 Pro dev kit. So I don't know if that's true or not. I'm not taking it there. I'm here just telling you, Sony is working on getting Grand Theft Auto 6 exclusive for 3 to 6 months, and are up to almost up to a year. It is what it is. But you got to get over it. It may happen, may not happen. Let's wait and see what did Oppenheimer say? Let's wait and see where the math takes us. Don't know where it's gonna go. So, but all right, guys, I'm gonna bounce on off here. I've been here about an hour and 40 minutes, so that's good. It's good enough for a Thunder Thursday. So you all have a good rest of the day. Have a good evening. Have a good Friday, and I will see you. I'm gonna be streaming Helldivers 2 Saturday.